whatever time it is that you are tuning in. This is Unapologetically Me, featuring me. No special guest, just me. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Harmony Montgomery and the little amount of progress that has been made, but it's been a bit since we've talked about her, yet I'm still thinking of her, and I'm hoping that not only will she be found, but the person responsible will be punished. I think we all have an idea of what ended up happening here and who's responsible, and that person's already in jail, so hopefully they never make it out. All right, so the update is they have narrowed down the timeline. So instead of it being 2 years of not knowing where she is, they've narrowed the timeline down from the day before Thanksgiving of 2019 to about December 10th of 2019. During that time, the 27th of November, they were actually evicted from where they were living in Manchester, New Hampshire, and they had been living out of 2 different vehicles during that time. They were living out of a dark blue 2006 Audi and a silver 2010 Chrysler Sebring. These are just pictures that to compare, but I guess the cars were much more beat up than this. And the Sebring did not have license plates. So I don't know why. They're obviously looking for these vehicles because there may be some kind of a sign that she was in them, which we know that she was, but any kind of a struggle or any kind of evidence that might be left behind in these vehicles, because they currently do not have these vehicles anymore. So I'm assuming that they're looking for them. Or they're looking for anyone who maybe saw something happen in either one of those cars. So they definitely made a statement saying that the cars were much more beat up than the photos that I just showed you. So other than that, Kayla went back to court. She went back to court for, I believe, a bond hearing for being held on the charges, those welfare fraud charges. And the judge made a comment during that he did believe that she knew what happened to Harmony, or that he had a feeling, he feels that she knows something. And I think everybody feels that way. She has to know something. They were living in a car with Harmony. The other 2 kids were not yet living in that, or not living in that car. I think they were staying with other family. So the kids, their other 2 kids are now again with other family. But after this 2-week period from November 27th to December 10th, they were no longer seen with Harmony at all. The only kids they were seen with were their other 2 children. So very, very sus. Okay, sus as fuck, as far as I'm concerned. She didn't just up and vanish. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, they just need to come clean with it, because they're not going to get away with this. Eventually she's going to be found. There's only so many places around there. They don't go anywhere. So there's only so many places, you know, and people are really hot on their trails right now. Other than that, like I said, she had her bond hearing. The judge did grant her bond. Now, Brian Enton said that her bond was, she was to pay $5,000. So I'm assuming her bond was $50,000, and at $5,000 she would be bonded out. The judge also did tell her that if she attended rehab, that she would be able to get that $5,000 back. Good fucking deal. I hope she takes it, because that was actually very nice of that judge. I'm surprised that he was that nice about it. There's a lot of information, speaking of judges. There's a lot of information about the judge who allowed custody to Adam being gone through. And I haven't really looked a lot into that yet. I may not. But that guy, a lot of people believe that he should be arrested and charged with child endangerment and attempted murder. And I can totally understand why. Because there was no rhyme or reason for Adam to ever have even been a thought of someone who could care for this girl. He had a rap sheet. He was running all over the place. He was in and out of rehab and jail and everything. And she had been in 9 foster homes in her short amount of life. So why in the hell was he granted custody? So this judge is under fire. Like, people are wanting to interview him. He's not talking. He's just avoiding it. I guess he retired about 6 months after he gave the custody over to Adam. So I don't know what was going on, if he was just, just over his job. I don't know. But whatever the hell it is, this is on him. It really, really is. I mean, people want to pin stuff on a lot of people. Of course, whoever did this to her, it's on them. But with all the CPS involvement and police involvement that are attached to this case, and the judge, it starts with him. She wasn't in their custody. She was in foster care, and then they granted the custody to the father because the mother didn't show up because she was adopting out her other son to a very wonderful home. Now, that should at least speak something about the mother, and I'm not saying she should have gotten custody either, but I have a feeling that the family that she placed her son with would have probably gladly taken Harmony, or even on a temporary basis. There would have been, at least the mother would have found somewhere for her to go. This father didn't want to be bothered with her. She was a burden, in my opinion. She was a burden on him, and when the other two could go with family and she couldn't, it became too much. That's my opinion. That's what I think about it. I don't think she's still alive. If you ask me, I don't think she's still alive. I think something happened, whether it was done on purpose or an accident, I don't know. I am leaning more towards both. Maybe they drugged her to keep her quiet, and she ended up ODing. Or maybe he got mad at her and hurt her, or, I don't know. It's just really, really sad. This little girl was blind in one eye, and couldn't defend herself in any way, either way. I just feel so much for this sweet little girl. I hate this. I'm not crying. I'm not going to cry. I'm not crying. But it's sad. It really is. So just wanted a quick update you guys on that. I'll be making another video. I'm debating on a few right now. I actually started making a video, and not so much a video, but started doing research on a case of a missing boy from Michigan. But the next day the body was found. So they're not quite sure yet that it's his. But I'm pretty sure that it is. And I don't think there was foul play involved. I think it was a tragic accident. It was the Michigan State Brendan Santo. So yeah, I was gonna do a whole thing. I actually wrote a few pages. I was gonna type up a little script, but unfortunately, fortunately he's been found. Unfortunately, he's been found deceased. So unless anything changes with that and they think that foul play was involved, I probably would cover it then, because I have all the information. But it looks like it was an accident, that he slipped and he fell into the river and got kind of swept with the current. So I don't know. Check that case out if you want, but I think it's been solved. So what's next? What's next on the table? I don't know. I have tons of information to bring to you about the Britney Spears and Jamie Lynn Spears saga and drama, though I do like to focus a little bit more on true crime. I do have some of that info, so I'm going to be searching for another case. If you guys have any ideas, or you want to know about anything, or you want me to cover anything that you've seen other people cover, maybe you want my spin on it, I'm always open to any kind of suggestions. So otherwise, I will talk to you guys when I have it all figured out for you. Have a great week. Talk to you later.